Rob is running down the hall pointing like there's a whole operation happening.
Rob's got this shit.
Of course he does. Well, we have one staffer that has everything under control.
Yeah, Rob's on top of his shit.
What do you mean there's some staffers not doing what they're supposed to do?
Well, I'll just say this. I think I know where Shitloaf's gambling winnings are going. Boy, did he... the one time he wins, that stuff is going to fly right out of his pocket.
Why?
Is he here?
Yeah, I'm sending him in.
No, let's talk to him.
You're going to have minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more fun.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's an alternative I'm not thinking of. I don't want to be a dickhead. But look at that. Oh, good. Real Shitloaf, 119. Just hit a $350 parlay over the weekend. You know, it's interesting with Shitloaf. I have these moments. I was reading his Twitter last night, and I was like, oh, it'll be fun. We'll talk to him on the air tomorrow, and it'll actually be like a fun thing.
Sure.
He won
because he finally won.
Yeah. He was wrong about the Jets, but he won on points. I was like, oh, okay, there's lots of fun stuff. And then...
Congratulations on your winning. I'm not up to speech on how much you win.
I won about $450.
Oh, cool. How come you not? Well, then why you said you should be happy if you won $450?
Because he needs to double that.
Somebody stole the camera out of the office over the weekend.
Wait, out of the office? What office?
Out of our office.
How do you know it was out of the office?
Well, there's cameras everywhere here. So
yeah, I already filed it with Nordia.
But how do you know it was out of the office?
Because that's where Niko said he put the bin after the show, and that's where the camera was.
Yeah, but how do you know you didn't just leave it out?
Leave what? Leave like the camera out? He told me he put it in the bin.
Oh, well, in that case, that should hold up in a court of law.
So where do the cameras go after this? We have we are one camera down. So what they get? They go from here to where?
Niko then takes them off that and puts them in the bin.
Stop saying Niko. Say we because you're trying to throw somebody else under the bus.
Okay, we take the cameras, we put them in the bin, and then the bin then goes to Rob, who empties out the cards and then puts them back in the bin by his desk.
Okay, so what? How could one camera have not gone in the bin?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't make sense that somebody would go in the bin and take one camera.
It really doesn't.
Which is why they probably didn't go in the bin and take one camera. Does that make sense?
No, because I'm only going by what I was told.
All right, but I need you to use logic here. Okay? Like, use basic logic. Okay, if you see that, the DSLR.
Yes.
That would probably be the camera that somebody would steal. If
I agree.
Steal.
Which one's the DSLR? What is it on?
Right there.
Hold on, meet my Twitch.
Okay, yeah, you get a little sugar in you.
Yeah, I'm crashing.
Yeah, no, that's the DSLR with the lens on it and everything. That would be the one, right? Because it looks like a camera that people actually use nowadays, not a camcorder.
It's true. So,
if that's the logic behind it, couldn't we say probably? It's possible. Maybe somebody grabbed needed to borrow a camera. Maybe it could have been taken out of the bin. But isn't there a high likelihood
that it was left out?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So then why do you keep saying it wasn't left out?
I can only go by what I saw and what I was told. I can't, speak for anybody else. What I was told was.
But I need you to be able to. No, I'm not going to hold on. Because the last time I trusted you, I had a camera. But I'm not. It doesn't. You're saying I can only go by what Niko says. No, you can't. You have a functioning brain, which is why you're in charge of Niko.
Well, now in
that'd be like if a kid was like, I don't know what happened, and
that's the best kind of kid.
And I looked at Uncle Paul and said, I could take a wild guess here what happened, even though this child didn't tell me that. I can ascertain from the situation what may have happened.
When you say left out, do you mean in the studio?
I would imagine.
Okay.
Now, where was the camera tripod?
The camera tripod was in the bin.
Okay, so that kind of does lend something to Anthony and Niko's story, because if the tripod was in the bin...
But I did a little digging myself here. The camera, Niko said he removed the camera from the tripod.
Oh, why would he do that?
Well, so meaning that, like, okay, so we have like a little...
Never done that.
We have like a little mini tripod.
Right.
And the camera's attached to it.
Is it like this one here that I'm looking at?
That's the exact tripod.
Okay.
And so the tripod was found in the bin, right? And so, then they go, okay, somebody came in the bin and took the camera off the tripod.
Ew.
Makes no sense.
Lucky bin.
Came in the bin.
So wait, but even if it was left out here, who's going to steal it from our studio and keep it? There's cameras all over this fucking place. Meaning like in this, who's going to chance at work walking in and stealing a camera from a studio?
One of the guys that comes in here on the weekend. that works
over
here
the weekend or from Friday. Okay.
part time that doesn't.
Sports guys.
Okay,
Yeah, it
so I
doesn't
see
give
what
a
you're
fuck.
saying. The camera was removed from the tripod by
Right.
Niko. He put it on the console
Right.
and said, "Oh, I'll get that later." Put
Or-
the tripod in, forgot about the camera.
Or he's like, okay, let me put it over here next to the bin, or let me put it over there. And then, maybe somebody comes and uses the studio. There's other people that use this studio. Oh, let me move this I don't know whose camera this is. I'm just going to put it over here. Or I'm going to put it on the desk outside by that phone screen in the hallway so the person who left it here comes and picks it up. That happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you see a camera, now we've gotten to a place where obviously somebody doesn't have to walk into the studio anymore to find a camera, but there's now a camera sitting on a desk in the hallway all weekend.
Even the hallway, I'm surprised. I mean, when I say cameras, aren't the hallways monitored? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
surprised that
there's-
anybody would do that.
There's people that don't
Yeah.
work here. You know what I mean? It's like hourly people that don't give a fuck. They'll be here for a month, part-time, and then they'll be gone.
Free camera.
Right.
Well, not free for everybody.
Well, no, I mean, and so here's the issue, right? So not only are we down a camera, and that camera is a shitty camera, the one that we're using in its replacement, so that's not, but these are my cameras. These aren't like serious cameras. We've been using my cameras
We have a big interview today, too.
Yeah,
with Ricky.
I know.
So it's not like we can go to Sirius and be like, replace them. Because even if Sirius did get us new cameras, they're not going to let me take. I'm going to be like, well, I'm just going to take this
Right,
home because
right.
this was mine. Like, they might be able to get a camera. If Anthony gives a sob story to somebody, maybe he can hook up the studio with some cameras, which wouldn't be a bad idea anymore. But, I need a camera by the end of today to replace that one because I got an event tomorrow that has to be taped.
Oh, you're
At the Highline, yeah, of course, right? And, should I bring my cameras home? You know what I mean? If I can't,
can't trust him here.
is that crazy for me to be? I don't want to not have cameras here for the show, but
Who wants to lug cameras back and forth every day?
You should lock them up in a bin.
You
Well,
shouldn't have to, but I mean, I know what you're saying.
You
Yeah,
you shouldn't have
yeah.
to.
here's the problem.
But it's
though.
true.
I don't trust that they'll make their way into the bin after the show, right?
Yeah.
So is it technically Niko or Anthony's fault? I mean, Anthony's the guy in charge of Niko, so the buck
Yeah.
stops here.
That's
But-
it's tough for me to sit there and blame an unsupervised intern, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And I don't want to shit on Anthony just for the sake of shitting on Anthony. That's not what I'm doing. But if Niko is making boneheaded moves, what difference does it make? He's an intern and he's out of here by the end of the semester.
why don't we see what the security camera footage turns up? Because you have to turn it. I mean, that's a lot of footage to watch too often because we don't even know where it wound up. Was it in
Exactly.
the office or was it in here?
Exactly. Yeah, because even if because there's no cameras in this studio.
What could Anthony have done to prevent that? Meaning, we have to supervise interns who are unsupervised. Absolutely, it's the responsibility stops with him. But if every day Niko tears down the studio and puts that stuff in the bin, should he come in and do a clean sweep at the end? And he didn't. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because every day Niko tears down the studio, but he does it with Anthony and Rob, like the producers. Rob was out on Friday.
Okay.
And so Rob, and that's the other thing. The camera, there's a check system in place because Rob takes the video off the cameras. So should a camera be left behind, we know immediately.
Because he had no video.
Right.
So now for the video, did he get the video card off it?
No, it was taken with the camcorder.
Wait, so the card is in there?
Yeah, I couldn't take it off because Rob had the computer over the weekend.
Wait, but didn't you give him the card or no? He didn't get the card.
He didn't come in. He didn't come in on Friday,
Friday.
so I couldn't give him the card. I wasn't here over the weekend, so
But you couldn't give him the card because you didn't have the camera.
yeah. I didn't have the
Okay.
camera.
Yeah.
So now all the footage is lost too.
From Friday.
Yeah. 3 interviews on Friday.
I don't,
Michael McKeon, Jeff Garland, and Richard Turner, the blind magician, which included video of Troy dropping a blind magician's cards. Which is
Oh
the
yeah, I
funniest,
did. I read that on Twitter.
funniest goddamn thing I ever seen in my life.
Troy, good for you.
So embarrassing.
The magician
You
goes,
embarrassed?
Yeah.
it's like a blind guy who can shuffle cards better than anybody else in the world. And he goes, Troy, why don't you give these a shuffle? Troy drops them all over the floor.
Is he a good shuffler?
He's incredible.
Can he shuffle with one hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can shuffle and fuck at the same time with one hand.
Really?
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. I don't do either of those things well.
No.
Wow.
Oh.
Sorry. It's camera grief.
Twix.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the old Cheez-It Twixer.
So the questions remain is like, what's our plan?
Go ahead.
And should I take the other cameras home to avoid this happening again?
That's where's the camera? The one that's usually over there on my left.
That's that one. But
Oh, that one. That's the one that got stolen.
yeah, that one got stolen.
The one that was
or
that's
that one's
always on you.
misplaced. So that one from over there is here. That one is not mine, but that one, that big one right there that's pointing at me, and that DSLR that we take photos with, those are both mine. I don't want them to disappear.
I don't blame you. I
Right?
don't blame you. Yeah, of course.
And
think
the
at
problem-
work it'd be-
and it's not a matter of getting locked up.
Oh, plus there's all these construction guys that walk around too. But then
Exactly.
again, are they here over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think anything was in the studio. I think, but easily, like let's say if Bennington people came in, if whoever, and this isn't a blame on Bennington people, if any other show came in here, if I was a show coming in here, and there was a camera left in here, I would take the camera, I would put it on the table in the hallway, because in my mind I'd be like, we're going to be doing a show in here. The people are going to realize there's no camera. I don't want them coming in the studio while we're on the air, so just put it in the hallway.
Then again, if it's in the studio and someone happened to see it walking by, in here is an enclosed environment where they could just grab it.
That's true,
There's
too.
no real cameras. Is that a camera right outside the studio? That little black thing hanging?
Yeah,
So we have footage everywhere.
Yeah.
theoretically.
You have footage of people coming in and out of the offices or the studio, but you don't know inside the office what exactly
Yeah.
happens.
So you'll have to fast forward and see from that time Friday until, say, last night, did anybody walk in here and walk in there? It's just you fast forwarding through.
Yeah, but then
It's a lot of work.
plus you're just looking at people walking in and out of the studio.
Yeah, but how many people walk in and out of the office? Or how many people walk in and out of the studio? Probably not that many.
Well,
over
you
the
don't have
weekend.
to go in the office.
Well, it's just the both places to check.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay,
like
I
just
totally
to check
know what
it
you're
and
saying.
see, like, okay, well, these guys are regulars. They all walked in. But wait a minute, I've never seen that guy before, and he walked into the studio at an off hour. He's not a sports dude. He's a construction guy. Why'd he walk in? Maybe if it's a construction guy, he doesn't know there's cameras everywhere.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, you think that they would.
Or the
but-
hourly employees won't know there's cameras everywhere. It's not like it's something. It's not when we first get here. It's not like they
probably
go,
don't notice,
"Hey,
right.
just so you know, they don't want people to feel like they're in a prison."
Right.
People go in the office all the time to make phone calls and
Sure.
whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, but if
I
you
mean,
had the footage and you say, "Oh, I've never seen that guy before," it might just narrow it down. If you just see Hot Dog and Bennington's people, it's none of them.
No, but when those TVs worked in the office, I don't think they work anymore. But when they worked, every Monday we'd come back in and there'd be another channel on the TV. We'd come in here. Remember, we'd come in here at night during the week, and random people would just be in the office watching TV.
Yeah,
So people go in the offices.
I guess so.
There's executives who go in those. They'll find an empty office and just have a meeting in there real quick. I've walked in and seen because the morning show's done, the office is empty, and one of the suits is in there having a meeting.
One
which
of
is-
the empty suits, huh?
That's right. That's right.
One of the windbags is down there.
So what would you do here?
I'm gonna go to Nordia.
No, what would you do if you were me though?
I have no idea.
Well, tell me.
I
mean-
I don't.
You're you. So if you were me, what would you do? You can't have no idea.
I would take the cameras home with me every time.
Well, I'm not bringing them back and forth.
Yeah,
I'm happy. That's guaranteed not to happen.
yeah.
Why would I? I'm not. I'm definitely not bringing them back and forth. If they're going home, they're home. And they're going back into the not
Sam
Sam's-
Roberts studio. Yeah.
not Sam's studio.
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go to Nordia after the show. I'm going to figure it out.
What's Nordia?
Nordia is the head of the security.
She's
Okay.
a person. Nordia is a lady.
Okay.
She's a lady.
I thought Bruce was head of security.
Bruce is head of security.
No, then I'll go to Bruce.
Okay.
Nordia is probably the person to go to.
Nordia's the woman that I see her all the time.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
that-
Okay, I didn't know her
yeah,
name.
works in that office.
Okay, so you'll talk to her.
hmm
Have you spoken to her already?
I sent her an email this morning.
Did she respond?
Not yet.
Did you see a response with LOL in the subject?
Yeah. Actually, she sent an emoji of cameras and then wings flying away. Goodbye. Goodbye, cameras.
It sucks too because I had a good day yesterday, gambling.
Well, yeah. I mean, where do you think all my money's going to go to?
Camera.
Yeah, it's weird, like especially since nobody knows. Is there a system of checks at the end of when you're breaking the studio down?
Well, that if we put the video in the system every day, which is the system, then yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's basically the check.
But
Like,
Rob was not here, so
Rob's
the
not
one day Rob's not here. The one day Rob's not here, and the machine breaks down.
Right.
The first day Rob's not here, it breaks down. That doesn't make sense.
sounds a little
doesn't.
convenient for Rob.
Yeah, I bet you Rob came back and stole the camera.
I don't know. I'd say while you say it doesn't make sense, and Anthony says it doesn't make sense, there were breakdowns when Travis wasn't here.
That's true. There were some mistakes.
There were breakdowns when Rob wasn't here.
That is true. Who was here? Anthony.
Comment.
So what is it? Are you mentally distracted?
Yeah, I don't.
Are you? I mean, I'm
I
asking for
don't
real.
know what to do right now.
Are you in general? I'm saying. I don't mean
Yes,
just at this
I don't.
moment.
I don't know how to fix. I legit don't know how somebody came into our office and took a camera. While I was the only. It was like this is the one time it had to happen.
I just set up a scenario exactly how they did that without even going in our office at all.
Yeah, I know, but like it's never happened before. Like,
Nobody's
how did
ever
somebody-
forgotten to put because because we check it every time. I'm sure things have been forgotten in the studio before. It's human. You're saying nobody's ever forgotten anything in here?
I've never, from what I've seen, I've never seen anybody forget any camera or
Camera's
any,
a big one, especially
it's
if it was off the tripod. How does it get taken off the tripod? The tripod is there and the camera's not. That's
doesn't
bizarre.
make sense.
Which is it does make sense. People take things off. People take cameras off tripods all the time to put them away.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
what-
it makes sense if
makes the-
Nico's saying that's what he did.
Yeah, Nico said that he took the camera
Oh,
off the
he did.
tripod.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying it doesn't make sense that somebody just went in there and just took a camera. It just doesn't make sense to me.
If a camera is outside the bin and it's by itself,
Yeah, binless.
and it's an expensive camera, and it's sitting there, no person, no bin, looking like Fievel from Fievel Goes West, not a friend in the world,
That's right, just binless.
right? No family, looking like E.T. His family had just gone back into space, and he's sitting there looking for Reese's Pieces.
No bin.
How does it not make sense that somebody would just take it?
Yep.
It just doesn't.
It makes only sense that somebody would just take it. If you leave an expensive item and there's nobody watching it
A pricey item.
and there's nothing around it, you really don't understand what the motivation would be to take it or how it would happen.
I just.
Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense to me. Yes.
So you
somebody would
do-
take it. Yeah, it makes
Yes.
sense. But I don't understand how somebody could just go into a bin and just take it out.
Well, then
Because
why
he-
are you still going with the bin theory?
Because Nico told me he put it in the bin.
Do you
I
think-
have to go by what Nico tells me.
You don't think Nico might be wrong?
Well, if he's wrong, then how is it how if he told me this morning I took it off the tripod and I put it in the bin.
Right.
I said, okay, then I don't.
How is it your fault because you didn't check? Because you weren't in here.
Were you in here at the end of the day Friday? Do you do like a clean sweep of the studio at the end?
What
Just
I
make
did
sure-
on Friday was I took the DSLR and I went upstairs to Paul to take the pictures off to send it to the show and to show that who we had in and everything. So I was up there for like 25 minutes because Paul was in a meeting. So by the time I came down, everything was already done.
So you were up there. Okay, so you went up there to give Paul because Rob's not here.
Yeah, because Rob wasn't there. I wanted to make sure that Travis had the pictures.
Let me ask you. Oh, so you didn't unload every camera like you
No.
normally would?
No, I just wanted to, because Rob told me that as soon as he comes in on Monday, he was going to get the cards, get
Okay.
everything cleared. So I said, all right, let me at least get the pictures. So I went upstairs to Paul. It was like 20 minutes, and I came back down. Paul sent everybody the pictures. By the time I came down, the bin was in the office already.
Yeah, and you're not going to go through the bin and make sure the cameras are not thinking. You're not going to go. Let's just make sure the cameras don't get stolen.
No, and I made sure, like, I just wanted to, but even before I left the studio, I made sure that card, that everything was on and recorded and everything was good. And camera's gone.
Do you think one of our guys stole it? I don't think
No.
that doesn't make sense.
I don't think one of our guys wouldn't have. Our guys don't do that stuff.
Well, someone on Twitter is suggesting that Shitloaf took it to settle his gambling debts.
I asked the Sam
And I
that.
won.
Sam told me this before the show. Basically, hey, we listen to the camera. I'm like, do you think he did this to debt? And he go, no. I'm like, okay.
yeah, I don't think. I don't
Here's a
think.
thought.
Trade your camera for parlay.
Yeah, I'll bet this camera. But I get to keep the camera on points. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think that.
How much was it worth?
What to replace it?
Like it
Used.
Used like that. Couple $100.
No. It's way more than that. It's like $800 used.
Oh.
Yeah, check up. I think it's a Canon G20.
How many Ks is that?
There's no case.
4?
Oh,
3, bucko.
Oh, I don't think it's actually 4K.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about my membership dues.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
All right, so $800. That's used? Or is that new? That's from Best Buy new.
That's from January 2013.
Okay.
That's from 2013.
Would it be less now?
Maybe if you could find it, but you'd have to find it today because I need it today.
Find it. Yeah, find a G20 on Amazon or eBay. See if they're selling a used G20. This should give you an idea of what they're selling it for. Even if it's $500, it's still a lot of money.
It looks like you can get them for $600 refurbished on eBay, but
Wow.
you'd have to find it
Sure.
today because I need it tomorrow.
Now that G20, oh, that's the HD flash memory camcorder. That says $166. Is it the same one or no?
Yeah, but it doesn't come with any the charger or anything like
okay.
that. Yeah, yeah, just bare bones and used.
Well, we still got the charger.
Used, not refurbished. You know what I mean? Like it's just some guy's camera. Like if you're gonna buy a camera, it's got to be refurbished so you know that it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Check B&H because they sell used shit,
they do.
refurbished shit.
Refurbished.
Just do a search for Canon G20.
Yeah. Refurbished.
There's a big white bar that says search up top. No, not that one. No, right under it. Giant white bar. There it is. You got it.
You spelled Karen with one.
That is
correct.
that is correct
I stand
for the
corrected.
brand.
I don't know.
Any excuse to go to B&H is good.
I love B&H.
There's refurbished right there. First one.
There you go. G20 full camcorder refurbished.
Discontinued.
That says discontinued.
Oh, for
It's,
Pete's sake.
Like Anthony's job.
that's
Someone said they're not buying Anthony's fake shame.
Dude, this is fucking real. I swear to God, this is real.
whoa.
Well,
You can
it's still,
tell
it's still real to him because he cursed.
he's getting angry and cursing.
Yeah. Or someone saying it could be the XM fugitive, Sirius XM fugitive.
that was
Right.
This is handsome Rob. Talking handsomely.
Who was he talking to?
He was just talking handsomely.
Just talking handsomely.
Oh, handsomely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everything he does has a tinge of handsomeness to it.
Rob has to be so excited.
Do you think is Hot Dog upset about
I have
this?
to tell you something. Rob and Hot Dog, they come to me this morning as soon as I get there, and they're smiling, going, "Did you take home the camera?" Like almost like
Hoping that you
Please say
didn't.
no. Please say no. I go, "No, I didn't take home the camera." They go, "You didn't take home the camera?" I go, "No." I go, "Which one?" They go, "The Canon one." They go, "You didn't take it home?" I go, "No, I don't have it." Roland just came in to cackle at Anthony. Roland knows this is a bad one.
This is a big one. Yeah, losing an expensive camera is a.
Especially it's not a company camera. A company's like a serious camera. You could just. So are you gonna?
But Anthony's problem is more that he didn't go back over and do a clean sweep because the reality is Niko is the last one who is supposed to have it.
Is Niko here?
He's up getting Chick-fil-A.
Niko's getting Chick-fil-A.
You called it chicken fillet
Yes, I
just
did.
now.
I did.
Rob,
Okay.
Rob, by the way, is pointing out that Anthony also stole Roland's backpack.
Wait till you hear this one. Okay. All right.
Anthony, are you a kleptomaniac?
Okay.
It's okay if you are.
I'm going to present you some evidence, and I'm going to do it Anthony's story. I'm not going to throw you under the bus, dude.
Okay.
Okay, this is from Anthony, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Roland gets a backpack by the brand Supreme.
Okay, cool.
Which is, okay, I'll tell, which is a hugely popular brand. Like Supreme, like anything right now that Supreme puts out has a resale value of 2, 3, 4 times what it costs in
Wow.
stores. Like anything. They put
I've
out
never heard of them.
backpacks, they put out dumb tchotchke toys, whatever. Anything, a towel.
Show me something on Supreme, Troy. I'm curious.
They sell like limited edition shirts.
Okay.
That they sell
Everything.
out in
Yeah.
seconds.
Would you wear
online
one,
and stuff.
Travis?
No, Supreme's not really my thing, and that's a whole other.
Oh, it's
like,
hip-hop?
thing that. I'm just not.
It's a
Okay.
big, it's
I
a-
like Supreme stuff.
It's a big hype beast. Hype beast culture loves.
They had
Supreme.
they had a deal with MetroCards a couple months ago where their ads were on the back of MetroCards, and people went nuts trying to find the specific machines in the city that were selling the Supreme MetroCards, and then they were just buying them. by
Supreme
hundreds.
branded Metro cards, and they weren't. Yeah, they would just buy whatever the lowest is, $5 Metro card. Let me get 100 of them so they can
Crazy.
resell them. Right? Okay, so Roland gets this Supreme backpack. He brings it in. It's empty because it's brand new. Who could
Sure.
hooked him up? And so Anthony also has a backpack. It's a Sirius XM branded free backpack with his things inside of it. So
Sure.
it's got some weight to it, right?
Nice.
Anthony picks up Roland's Supreme backpack and goes home with it. Roland calls him and goes, There it is. It's on eBay right now for $470.
Okay, that's a heavy. That's a nice looking backpack. It says Supreme on it.
But it's empty.
Sure.
Unlike the usual backpack that's full.
What was in your backpack?
Me, I had the Harley Quinn outfit in it.
So hold on, the Harley Quinn outfit, was there padding and stuff in the new one? Like a brand new thing will sometimes have.
Rowan had like a hard drive in there and like some sort of, I think, a charger.
Okay, so it could have been in a same weight.
Okay,
weight could have been the same then. That's a great point. But it was, and so he goes home with it, and Roland calls him, and he's like, "Who took my backpack?" And Anthony goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I took your backpack by mistake.
I didn't have my keys or anything. My keys were left at the office."
Yeah, my keys are at the office. I took the wrong backpack. I'll bring it back."
And
he did bring it
black.
back.
They're both black.
I think the serious backpack is navy blue, and the Supreme backpack is black.
So you just grabbed.
So once I went into the
Similar.
side, once I didn't even see the strap. Once I went in there, I said, "Oh shit, I don't have my key." And then I went in the other one, and I said, "I don't have my key. I don't even know where my key is." And I was like, "All right, I just got to use my spare. Hopefully I left it at the office."
So I think that both of these things are the exact same thing. I don't think he stole a camera. I don't think he stole a book bag. I think that he is not paying attention to what he's doing.
You're very careless. Are you a very careless, distracted person?
I guess. Yeah, sure. I'm distracted.
By what?
I don't know.
Nobody's beating you up. Like these are things. that
I'm
you
beating
did.
myself up. Like I just wanted one fucking thing to go right, just once for me.
How
And it
about
did.
okay? Then just don't steal backpacks.
or
Yeah,
cameras.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could happen. You pick up the wrong backpack. Roland, hold on, Roland. Let me ask you. How do you feel? How do you feel about his the
About
backpack?
about Sally here.
Sally.
Yeah, he's crying.
No.
Well, I mean, I thought it was weird how an empty backpack and a full backpack. But
Was there a hard drive in your backpack?
yeah, a small one.
Oh, so it wasn't like a big.
Oh, it wasn't like a giant fucking
it's
G-force.
like this one.
It was one of those pocket size
Yeah.
that weighs nothing.
Yeah, my balls were like lit up like Christmas tree. All the neurons or whatever.
Your balls?
Yeah.
Your
Keep it in my
balls?
pocket.
Oh, you put a hard drive in your pocket, and
Yes.
it's adding it's cellular activity going into your testicles. You're thinking.
That's why you're the host.
I
Yes,
see.
sir.
I understand. I
I
understand.
still don't know.
Right. You know how like if you put a cell phone near your balls, it gives you testicular cancer.
I hope so.
Roland thinks the same thing happens when you put a hard drive in your pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
The charger.
Right.
Yeah, I just told him. He said he was willing to come back to the city. I said, just bring it tomorrow. It's fine.
But after you caught him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Falcone at first.
I don't think that he stole the backpack on purpose. I think
No, that would be a weird thing to do because then again,
because he left his backpack behind with his keys. If he had grabbed his keys out of his backpack,
the next day when you come in, you could just leave with your backpack and no one knows nothing. Maybe Roland doesn't even notice the backpack. Joe, where was the backpack, Roland?
By the air condition. Maybe he parlayed it.
Say backpack again.
Did I say backpack too much?
A lot.
I did.
Yeah.
backpack. Wait,
Backpack. Yeah, you're right. That's the Twix. That's the Twix.
I put it by the air condition so I could stay nice and cool.
That's the Twix.
So wait, so the
Okay, so that's okay then because that's right by Anthony's desk.
But
Yes.
so the backpack's there. You could just kind of grab it on your way out.
I just
Where
threw-
was your backpack that you grabbed that one?
It was next to it. And we were talking. It was me, Roland, Paul, and Rob. We were all just. I wasn't paying attention. I just threw it over my shoulder.
There you go. Wasn't
Yeah, I
paying
wasn't attention.
attention. He's not focusing.
Yeah,
He's not focusing on things.
his Twitter's all gambling. I bet you that's fucking his head up. It's addiction.
You're right.
You're distracted with your addiction. No? Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So what are you
So
distracted
you're
with?
just sloppy for no reason.
I
All right,
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, what's worse, right?
Yeah, okay. No, you're right. You're not. It's just for no reason. Okay.
Yeah. What's distracting you?
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I just let me go figure out what's going on with this camera, please. I don't know what's distracting me. I just want to get to the bottom of this. I want
I'm trying
to
to
make
talk-
sure everything's all right.
Everything's not all right. The
I
camera's
know.
not all
That's why I want to go.
right. It's
and-
definitely not all right.
Yeah.
Camera, it's not all right.
Yeah, you're not okay.
Right. You're still sitting there yelling about the camera being removed from the bin, which logically does not sound like is what happened.
So let me go see what happened
From who?
from Nordia or
Don't look at me. I'm not helping you.
No, there will be no help. There will be no help.
But hold on. You know, I don't know if this is true or not. This is where Club Soda Kenny Probably would be very helpful.
Oh my God, would Club Soda
Kenny
be
would be. So what, you didn't even look in the bin, but you just said, "Oh, forget it."
You just said it was stolen out of the bin.
Do you know
How
Kenny?
would you know?
I
that
met
it-
him at your house.
Oh, that's right. You're lucky. Oh, you lucky he ain't here.
I want to bring Kenny in as a guest tomorrow.
Do you know Kenny would be a good guest detective?
Can we bring him in as a guest? Are we
Why,
allowed?
why couldn't we? He didn't leave on bad terms. Kenny left on wonderful terms. He just ended his contract because he couldn't handle certain people.
Celebrity detective, Club Soda Kenny?
Yeah, let me see. Jeremy in Syracuse gave me this idea in a way. Yes, Jeremy.
What's up, boys? How are you?
Hello, buddy.
So this fucker loses every week, right?
Yeah.
Every fucking week he loses.
Yeah.
This week was no different. There were a few fucking favorites that won big time this weekend, but there were still a lot of up in the air games. There's no way this fucker won. He's using that as a cover story because he fucking took the camera and sold it. So now he's got some cash in his pocket. I would like to have somebody sit down with him, ask him what games he bet, which teams he took, how much he put
I'll
down,
go through it
how
right
much
now.
he won. He should know. He should know every single fucking one of these, and you know it now because you did your fucking homework before you came in the studio today. You're interjecting yourself into this fucking investigation. You want to head up going down to security to talk to them so you can come back and say, oh, they didn't find anything. You're a fucking liar, and it's fucking obvious, man. Just fucking admit it, bro.
You know, Jeremy, the question I have is this. Because Anthony, he's not crazy to think that at least. Because an expensive backpack, I never heard of them, but that which means nothing. So say a $600 backpack disappears, and then a camera that can be sold for a few
I mean, you guys
hundred.
are basically calling me a thief.
Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
On the radio right now, like that. Like I didn't steal anything. I have no reason to steal anything.
Is there any reason for us to theorize that that is a possibility worth exploring?
Yeah, that's all we're
Because
doing.
nobody saw me take I didn't take a camera. I would have left. If it was bulky, I didn't have a backpack. I didn't leave with the camera. I don't want people fucking accusing me of
No one's
stealing
well,
shit.
it's just a listener. He doesn't know. He's just a phone
Still,
call.
regardless, like
Everyone's got. It's still a thought that crosses people's mind, and then it gets wiped out.
If you work for a show,
Yeah, and you have
people
gambling
can-
debts.
you could accuse me of being like, well, what if Sam did take it home? And he's just trying to get Anthony to buy him a new camera.
But what if Jim thought it was candy and ate it?
Is this one of those sweet cameras?
Yeah, it looks delicious.
Candy camera.
Ooh, sprinkle camera.
Yeah, maybe your gambling debts. People are smart to wonder: is it a gambling debt issue?
it's not a gambling debt issue.
I see the
Okay.
Tef box says this degenerate gambler totally stole that camera. That's what the Tef box says on Twitter.
Someone, Ashley Butterfield, man, Shitloaf really screwed the pooch on this one. Cameragate.
Oh man, and Sploge on Twitter, he goes, one of those cameras probably costs about $450. No, it costs more than $450, but you could certainly sell it
Sure.
for $450. How much did you win gambling this week?
$475.
Well, there's probably there might have been debt from last week. He might not be telling everybody exactly how much he's losing because it's embarrassing.
Right.
Like a lot of times, gamblers will lie about how much they've lost because they don't want. It's scary.
And it wouldn't be crazy to not get straight answers. I mean, every time we ask Anthony a question, he gives us two different answers.
Yeah. You're acting like you don't know why anybody would even ask this. People have to ask it. Only because you're a gambler. It's not because I don't like you.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
get it.
a minute
And you're not a
ago,
good one.
a minute ago, you were shouting about how the camera was taken out of the bin, right? True or false?
True.
Okay. Did you see the camera get put in the bin?
I didn't.
Yes or no?
No, because I was
Did you
out.
see the?
I was
I didn't ask you why.
upstairs.
Did you see the camera get? Did you? So you didn't see the camera get put in the bin, right?
No,
Did you see the camera get stolen out of the bin?
no.
Okay, so you can assume that that's all true, but we can't explore the idea that old Sticky Fingers Shitloaf might have helped himself to a couple more games for the weekend.
Yeah, that's a good point. He might have bet more. Now I have a text
Yes.
from somebody who is an employee here.
Yes.
Who is our boss.
Is it a video text?
It is not a video text.
Hey guys, looking good.
Did Anthony put the camera in the backpack?
Oh, Anthony puts the camera in the backpack, then brings the backpack back. No, because that wasn't on Friday.
Because I would have thought that and plus if he did that, he would have put it in his own backpack.
That wasn't on. Yeah, that wasn't on Friday though. Niko just got back.
Yeah, we could talk to Niko.
Niko,
Go on now.
Niko.
Food is here. We'll talk to Niko real quick. Come on in. Let's get Niko in here.
Well, there's no excuse for you to be like, oh, I need to take a break now because I'm hungry because you just ate 4 Twix and a bag of Cheez-Its.
Yeah, but the food's gonna get cold. You want cold food? I don't.
Look at all those fountain cokes.
Oh,
my
man.
God. Is there a fountain Diet Coke?
It better be.
Yeah. It's fucking
Niko.
Travi. Hold on, Niko. Because you're not totally out of the clear here. So we got to
No,
make sure.
absolutely not.
No.
Niko could have stolen it.
He could have. I don't know if maybe. I mean, look, we don't know Niko that well.
No. I thought he was the man.
Yeah.
I think he's the man.
Yeah.
We ain't got. You steal that camera? You honey dicking?
What happened?
You honey dicking right now?
No.
You steal the camera?
No.
How much you get for it?
What?
How much you get for it? I was trying to trip you up. That's
No,
my
that was a good one. That was a good one.
That's my
Jim. That was a good
interrogating
one.
technique.
And Niko was just sitting there like moving his head like whoa, 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 whoa.
So did you put the camera in the bin?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that you did not?
I mean, it's possible, but if that's
Oh.
possible, why didn't it happen the first couple weeks?
Because I mean, people forget things.
Sure, we
at
don't know when
random
you're gonna
times. You don't
forget.
do it on purpose.
Why would I do it on purpose?
I just said you didn't do it on
Oh,
purpose.
I thought
Why
you
did
said
you
it.
think you did? Did you? Unless Niko left it at a drop-off point.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't think you would leave it on purpose. But is it
No.
possible that you accidentally
It's possible, but I
didn't
don't.
put the camera in the bin? That's possible.
It's possible, but where would it go?
Well, as one theory while you were at Chick-fil-A was, if you had intended to put the camera in the bin, which I believe that you did, you could have left it on this table or on Troy's desk or something like that, correct?
Yeah.
Possible,
Maybe.
possible,
Yeah.
possible.
Where do you normally do it when you
And
take it
then-
out?
And then somebody could have removed the camera from the studio, possible, because, okay, we'll leave this stuff outside so that whoever left it here can come pick it up, possible.
But then again, when I left, you were still in here, Troy was still in here, and Trav was still in here. So somebody could have saw it. Maybe
Could have.
Maybe you took it.
That was
Maybe-
Thursday.
maybe-
Why would I
somebody
steal
else
my
did.
own camera?
I don't know. You tell me.
There's no reason. I mean, it's mine
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, so why would he steal it?
I don't
That's
need to steal
terrible. That's like saying what maybe Scott Greenstein came in and took it.
Yeah.
We can wipe him off the subjects
Right, this is-
list.
yeah.
The suspect list.
If it was out in the open,
the Twix.
somebody would have saw it.
Yep.
Not if it was in.
If
with
it
a
was
pile
right
of stuff.
there, yeah.
Well, if it was, yes, if it was
If it
right,
was right there. That's
If it-
what you're saying.
If it were right in front of me, I would have seen it. If it were not right in front of me, I wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
Are there spots in this room that are right in front of me?
Yeah.
Are there spots in this room that are not right in front of me?
Yeah.
I think.
But you can put it in front of you.
Why would I put the camera in front of
So
me?
you can
and
steal
then-
your own camera.
It's a great plan.
Niko, you are not doing yourself any
I'm not,
favors by
yeah.
concocting
You're really not.
I'm not.
theories that
I
make
know.
no sense
Yeah,
whatsoever.
you're saying that he could have stolen his own camera.
Does that? Do you think? Do you
That's
think?
careless thinking.
Do you think?
I don't
in
know
your,
what- I don't
in
know
your
what to
gut.
think.
No, in your gut. You're a man with instinct, right? You have a
Sure.
brain, right?
And a lot of gut.
Yeah. If you had to place a wager, for instance, if I had to place a wager on what happened, I would say that my scenario played out. If I had to put money on what happened, if you had to put money on what happened, would you put money on the fact that I stole my own camera just because I wanted to talk about cameras all day?
I don't put money on anything. I'm not stupid.
That's cool, but you're missing the point of
You
the
totally-
analogy comparison.
totally. And-
his fictional theory.
My earlier theory of being like, I don't think Niko would have stolen the camera. The fact that like everything we say to him is just a misdirect, I don't think does a ton of favors to.
No, not at all. But that's the word. That's like something your girlfriend does when you're arguing. Like you set up this scenario and blah 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 blah, and then she cuts it off and goes, "Well, I don't gamble." So, but that gambling's not the point,
Right.
You're not saying put money on anything. Would just common sense dictate that he would do that?
Do you think I stole my own camera?
No.
Do you think Jim stole my camera?
Do you think I flew home from Minneapolis to steal a camera and then made out with it?
Do you think he did?
No.
Then why even? Then there's certain theories that we can just.
Do you think
make down.
Troy stole my camera?
I don't know.
Troy.
Whoa!
Troy,
What?
did you steal my camera,
No,
man?
I didn't steal your
You didn't.
camera.
Okay.
How much you get for it?
Did he borrow the camera?
Troy, did you borrow my camera?
I did not.
Okay.
I mean, if I wanted to borrow the camera, I'd be like, "Hey, Sam, can I borrow your camera?"
I'd be like, yeah, dude. Of course, man. You know, because
Yeah.
Plus, everyone has iPhones. Who wants to borrow a camera?
right. I mean, yeah. Troy and I spent a lot of time together. I don't think at this point in our relationship,
That's kind of weird.
what spending time with. Well, I know, Niko. At some point, you'll realize that there are times where you'll meet somebody that actually enjoys your company on a social level, and you'll get there
Yeah.
at some point.
But you think it's weird that they spend time together?
The way he put it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
A little weird.
Yeah.
Kind of queer. Yeah. You say it. You
Yeah,
think they queer off?
Niko. I know. Okay, we wiped this out. You don't think I stole my old camera?
No.
But
Do you?
Troy might have.
Do you think Troy and I have a gay relationship?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Because it sounded for a minute like you were implying that we might.
No.
You don't think we do?
No.
Okay. You wouldn't know if we did.
I wouldn't know.
Right.
That's true.
It's none of my business.
Right. Okay.
Whatever
All right.
you did, it's none of my business.
Okay.
So what do you think happened to the camera? What's your guess?
I don't know.
But if you had to
No,
guess.
I know you don't know. That's why I said guess as opposed to give us facts.
No, you,
Are you autistic? That's you're very literal
Am I what?
with autistic, the language.
I'm not autistic.
Okay, I'm only saying that because autistic very language
Literal,
driven.
yeah.
If you're like two Jews walk into a bar, you mean they hit it? No, they walk into it they're very literal with everywhere.
Yeah, they hurt their faces?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like nobody. What is your guess? I know you don't know. I'm saying a guess.
someone took it.
Oh, thank you for the insight, Niko.
Yeah, why
You-
you should be a detective. That's pretty good.
That's really great. Okay, Niko, you being a person that's close to this, right?
Okay.
The story or not close to it?
How close can I be?
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
What does that mean? Niko, who was the last person that saw the camera?
Me.
So are you close to the story or not?
Yeah.
Well, then why couldn't you have just said yes a minute ago?
I don't know.
Oh, so this is what it's like.
That's you. You
this
do it
is
every
what it's
day.
like. This is what it's like. I'm sorry.
I told him this morning.
But I don't know. For some reason, Nico's like, oh, you know what would be good? If I jumped into the Anthony pool.
No.
Like I'm just going to start acting
Not
like
fun.
Yeah, well, I don't know what he's
It's not a
doing
fun
this
pool,
for.
dude.
So there's a movie poster with Anthony as the robber.
Yeah, as a robber.
So if you were the last person to see the camera, and we say, what do you think happened to the camera? You say, I don't know.
Hold on, Sam. Sorry. Chuck in Boston says check Anthony's phone and see if he has any text from his bookie about the camera.
You check my phone for my bookie. That's fine, but there's no cameras. Yeah.
If you just said, I don't know what happened to the camera. What do you think happened? I don't know. I said, could you have left it out? You said, yeah, I could have, but maybe you took it, Sam, throwing out ridiculous theories.
Yeah, you are throwing out nonsense.
And then presenting nothing. Do you think that it makes you more or less suspicious?
More.
So why are you doing it?
Why are you doing that then?
You're not helping.
You want to be suspicious?
No.
Well, then why are you?
Why are you doing things that make you suspicious then?
Because you're asking me questions.
Yeah, but
But
you're
there's
answering them
Just like an Abbott and
suspiciously.
Costello routine.
There's lots of options though. Like
Yeah.
you could pick the option that makes you more suspicious or less suspicious, and you keep going for more suspicious. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So so the question is, why are you picking the more suspicious option?
I don't know.
Are people getting dumber, or is it just the people?
It's a
here?
communicate. I think it's a spoken word communication thing.
Young people just
with
can't.
people because they're much different with emails and texts, and there's just a different way of communicating. So I think that a lot of times certain things and I've dealt with this, but certain things in spoken word are taken literally. Like if you give an example, they're not good with examples. Yeah, but let's just say you and I were dating, and all of a sudden I dropped your fucking hot dog, but then we came back, you'd be like, yeah, but we're not dating. Like
We're
I
not
know.
dating.
I know. That's why I said if.
Yeah.
Words like let's just say or if don't seem to resonate.
Right.
Like you're looking at these like the real scenarios.
I mean, I am right now.
So I'm going to say it's 100% that Niko took the camera.
I came in here like, oh, some random person just took it, and now I'm looking at Anthony and Niko like they may be the dumbest
Yeah.
thief twosome to have ever existed. They're like Bonnie. They're like Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. Bonnie and Claude.
Yeah. Yeah. Thelma and Louise, except instead of women, they're idiots. You know? I mean, I can't.
That's just
There's a huge communication gap, isn't there?
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah, I don't know what.
So where do you normally, when you take the camera off the tripod, do you take it off the tripod?
Yeah.
Where do you do that?
Right here.
Do you take it off the tripod every day, or is that a unique thing? Because when I told the guys you took it off the tripod, Anthony and Travis were like, "Why do you take it off the tripod?"
They tell me to do that.
I never took it off the tripod. I never used to take it off the tripod.
Who told you to take that off the tripod?
Rob.
Ah.
Why would...
Rob goes, meh.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Handsome response.
Again,
I'll say this.
not a glaring admission to anything, but just some facts that it's nice to have, and I'm glad that we had to pull all your teeth out before we could get to the point that yes, you took the camera off the tripod. Really difficult getting there.
And
but-
you put it in the bin. Do you remember putting it in the bin or no?
Yeah.
You're just assuming you did.
Yeah.
would you?
I said, did you do it or are you assuming you did it?
He said, yeah.
I don't remember Friday from. It's been 3 days.
Yeah, I know, but it was the last time you did it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know what I remember?
This is not a crack staff.
No, it's really terrible. I remember Friday
Do you?
really well.
That's nice.
You know why?
Why?
It was only 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It was just, and like, how old are you, Niko?
20.
Okay, I've got 14 years more stuff in my memory.
You have 14 years of more Fridays.
Yeah, and I still remember Friday.
Yeah. He has like literally probably 7,000 more Fridays.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I still remember Friday. I remember Richard Turner came in. He's blind as a bat, couldn't see shit. Troy dropped his cards all over the floor. I remember him. He didn't look at me at first, and they had to tell him that he didn't look at the camera. I remember all kinds of details about Friday. But you don't, because it was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. It's
actually
weird.
don't know.
It's crazy.
It's
So
crazy.
if I said, what did you do over the summer? You'd look at me like, how the fuck am I supposed to know
Yeah.
that?
Too
What
long
is
ago.
summer?
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's fall. Is that kind of how it would go?
No. Well, no.
Somewhat,
I remember.
But we're seeing the last line of defense against the camera is these two gentlemen.
I mean, that
It's not good.
It's
you
not
tell
good.
me, Jim, because I don't want to fuck you or the show or any of us out of cameras. But if you're sitting there and you go, okay, that's an expensive camera, that's an expensive camera, and we're now a third expensive camera down now. This is probably all told, I don't know, between $2,000 and $3,000 worth of equipment. If you had between Niko's looking at me like $2,000 and $3,000.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have another disappearance today. If you had between $2,000 and $3,000 of electronic equipment, and then you realized that this was your last line of defense, would you give that to the show?
No, I would sooner trust Samuel Jackson and do the right in fucking Jungle Fever. I would trust Gator with the equipment. No, I don't.
I probably should take my shit home.
Yeah.
I mean, we can lock it up here.
I don't trust it to be locked up here because who's going to lock it up?
Because the system to getting it locked up is not good.
You'll have a key, and Rob will have a key.
Yeah, but I don't unless I specifically take, which it makes me feel like a horse's dickhead. Would have to take my own cameras,
Right.
and put them in my own locked up place.
Well, we'll just put Rob in charge of it because Rob takes the footage off the cameras, and then when he's done, instead of putting them in the bin, he'll just lock them away.
But then again, the one day Rob
Yeah,
isn't here, the
Rob
whole
can-
system
Rob
collapses.
can just never
Literally
take another day
never
off.
take a day off.
That's just what
My God,
collapses.
does Rob look like a shining star right now?
handsome shining star.
Can you just trade full-time and part-time positions? Can you just do swapsies?
I think it's just healthcare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just take Anthony's name, erase,
A raise?
right? Handsome.
Travis, what is your
Rob.
take as
Yeah.
the executive producer?
I really, I don't know.
Don't start fucking
Nicoing
Nicoing
us.
me.
Don't Nico us.
If I had to choose a likely scenario,
A likely scenario. You can't cast blame on anything, but your gut
It
instinct.
wasn't DB Cooper.
Yeah.
the likely scenario.
DB Cooper was a long time ago.
Yeah, why would he do
doesn't-
that?
DB Cooper doesn't work here. He doesn't have an ID.
Exactly. How would he get up here without ID and he's not even on the list? It's helpful.
Thanks a lot.
I think that Niko took down the studio by himself
Yes.
on Friday, so it was probably a little more than he usually does. Probably unscrewed the camera from the tripod for whatever reason. Rob told him to do that. Put the camera down on the console, saying, "All right, I'll take care of that in a second. Let me do this." Forgot about the camera, and that's what happened. I don't see it being taken out of the bin because why would you take that one out of the bin?
That makes
true.
0 sense.
Take the DSLR out of the bin.
Yeah, but in the event of that happening, wouldn't
He's still sticking with the
know,
bin theory.
I know Vito would say something to me and be like, "Yo, you left your camera." Like he would be pissed. Like, "Yo, I'm trying to do a show. Like, you guys leave your camera here."
Okay,
Like,
if he were
Here's
pissed,
why he's sticking with the
Bennington
bin
on
theory.
Friday?
He's sticking with the bin theory because if it's in the bin and it's taken out, then it's technically not his responsibility
Right.
at all. But if it doesn't make it into the bin, then you have to say, well, why did this clean sweep not happen? But if it's in the bin and taken, you're in the free and clear because
Right.
you can't police the office.
No, that's not. Yeah, it might have been taken on Saturday out of the bin. How could I have done
Yeah,
that?
yeah. It made it into the bin. It made it into the bin.
Okay, how about this one?
Go ahead.
Now.
Vito doesn't see the camera until right before the show's going to start. So he does get pissed.
Yeah.
But instead of telling you, he puts it in the hallway and he goes, I'm going to call Rob. I'm going to call Shitloaf and tell him it's there. Then he goes back into his booth, but he's producing a show. He forgets because he's thinking about the task at hand.
Or he does call Shitloaf, but Shitloaf's upstairs with Paul getting the photos off the DSLR.
Oh, how about this? Maybe we see if it was turned in.
Vito-
Is there a lost and found here? Maybe
yeah,
somebody
we
found
went
it.
already, and they didn't turn in. Nordy just got back to me, so I'm going to email her.
What'd she say?
She said, "Can you give me a date and time of when exactly you think happened, I'm just going to say over the weekend.
No,
I
you would
can't-
say the last time we saw it was Friday at
after.
11 o'clock. What do
But
you mean over
I had
the
to help.
weekend?
Vito needed something from me, so I was with Vito.
A
So
camera?
what? No, not a camera.
Could have been a camera.
Vito,
Could've been.
Not a camera.
Corleone.
And I had to give him something that I had. So in the event of him having
When
the
was this?
This was Friday.
Yeah, what time?
During their show.
Okay.
During Bennington's show. So I had to give Vito like an adapter or something, and I just waited around for it.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Where's the bin? Right
It's
now.
right here.
Okay. And it stays there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what if, instead of being on the console here, we would put the camera right where that DSLR camera is on top of Troy's table? Isn't that a very likely scenario? Let me put the camera on Troy's table behind the phone here, and then I'm going to flatten out. I'm going to find the right spot for it in the bin. That makes sense,
That
right?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's on that table behind the phone,
Mhm.
isn't it very likely that Vito would not have seen it immediately? Because it's kind of camouflaged in with the Diet Cokes and the phone. That's likely, right?
Vito usually runs through this place with a fine-tooth comb. Him, his intern, and Jen run through this whole
Someone on
thing.
our team should
yeah.
do that.
Maybe we should hire Vito.
Yeah, someone for us should do that.
Is he looking for part-time work? I mean, we just need somebody to
Or
act
just
for
a
the
loose
show.
comb. Doesn't have to be a fine tooth comb.
Right.
So in the event of
Could be a fork.
that happening,
Yeah.
he would have told me.
Pitchfork.
He would have told me that the camera's in there, and I would have went in and grabbed it,
But,
He didn't.
but he didn't, which leads me to believe that it was in the bin.
so you think
It
it's
wasn't in the
you
bin.
still think it's more likely that it's in the bin? Niko, what do you think is more likely? What do you think? And this would involve you
Yeah, he's
having
the-
to take some blame.
Yeah,
But what do you think is the most likely scenario here if you didn't take it?
it's either in the bin or it's on the side. like
What
I
do you
said.
think is more likely? Do you think somebody took it out of the bin, or do you think you forgot to put it in the bin?
I don't know what to believe anymore.
What do you think is more? What do you think is more likely?
I don't know.
Do you think
You're
somebody
not
would
helpful.
Just give
I
it.
know.
Just give it
do you
yes or
think
no.
somebody would have taken that camera out of the bin and left the other more expensive cameras behind?
It's possible, but I mean,
Why?
I
Explain if you can explain to
why?
me any because every theory I have, I will explain to you why a person could do this. Explain to me why a person would take a camera and leave behind two that were as, if not more, valuable.
I can't.
Right.
Where is
exactly.
the
So
bin-
it probably didn't happen.
Where is the bin put in the office?
It's put out like inside the office, right by the door.
Here's
so
my
that-
thing. Could somebody over the weekend have been walking by and stopped in the office for whatever reason, seen that bin, and then just reached in and took the top camera out without realizing they were, meaning, if you're looking at all of them and making a comparison, that's not the one you're going to take. Could
Right.
someone have just seen that and just reached in, took it, and stuck it in their thing?
There's a cover on the bin.
Yeah, there's
No, but I mean, just took the cover off. They wouldn't know it's in there. You can't see into the bin.
Where are the cameras stacked in the bin?
On the top.
All three of them?
Tippy top.
Okay, so if you yes, the tippy top. If you would have seen one, you would have seen them all.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
Yeah, that's possible. Or it could have just been somebody just reaching in and grabbing.
Anybody who
In a
steals
moment.
anybody who's stealing a camera is grabbing the DSLR.
I think so too.
100% because
Wait,
that
how much bigger is the DSLR?
it's the same size.
Oh,
It's the same size.
okay.
There's no that DSLR is
Can
not
I ask you a question though?
Yes.
By looking at the DSLR, the DSLR, whatever the fuck it is, how would they know which is more expensive on a quick glance? Like I wouldn't know.
because a DSLR is those are the cameras that people use now. People don't use camcorders very much anymore because the only reason to use a camcorder is because you want to stick it on a tripod
Yeah.
and let it run for hours. Other than that, everybody uses DSLRs and they know and anybody would be like that looks like a good lens.
I say check the office, check that, and see over the weekend if anybody walked in there at a weird time.
Well, when does Vito come in?
Vito should be in about 9:30, 10 o'clock. 9, maybe
Why don't you
9.
call Vito? Can you call him? I mean, is that no one called Vito?
Did you ask Vito?
No, I didn't ask Vito, but I know he would text me
No,
if
there's
he
no.
had something.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
How about this? We got a break anyway. Why don't we do
Vito's
that?
here.
We'll break.
Oh, Vito's
Because I told you
you
before
t-
the show to ask Vito.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure Paul didn't have it, and then I ran to Nordia, and I just wanted to make sure, I filed the complaint so that the complaint's in, and then I
2
just
hours
forgot to
ago.
ask. I forgot to ask Vito because I was running around.
Oh,
You
careless.
forgot.
Oh,
How do you not ask the guy that might have found it?
Because I feel like I know him that he would text me if he had the camera, unless
but what
unless
if he didn't have it and he just moved it somewhere?
but
and
he
he
would
could-
have said, "Hey, by the way, I know you guys film it. I moved the camera here. I know he would have
But
done
why
that.
wouldn't you just text him and ask him? Like, it's not crazy to say, why wouldn't you just text the guy and say, hey, man, did you see a camera?
You're right. I should have texted him, but I forgot.
And maybe if he moved the camera and then somebody took the camera, he wouldn't have texted you because he'd see that the camera was gone and he'd be like, oh, Anthony grabbed the camera.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Also, our chicken's getting cold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had a break anyway. And we have Ricky Gervais is coming.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. Who do you think should be forbid from chicken biscuits and fountain cokes?
I mean, I can see. I don't like your volunteering hand.
You're not a martyr.
Exactly.
You're a screw up.
This is not going to bed without supper. Hey guys, I admit it.
Yeah. Hey, I did wrong. Yeah, you could skip as many chicken sandwiches as you want. It's $800 is what we're talking
Exactly.
about.
You don't
here.
get valor points for admitting it. We already know it.
It's like when my daughter says, like, punish me, like I deserve to be punished. I'm like, I'm not. You can't tell me to punish you. I will punish you.
That
when I want
reverse
to.
psychology isn't going to work. You are getting punished now more for being bossy.
We just got a message on Facebook that simply said the gambler stole the camera.
Yeah,
it really is. I mean, when you break
of course. Is that the first thing I asked you this morning?
Right.
It's the first thing I said to say. Not even a reflection on Anthony. I like Anthony.
But to be fair, we didn't know how thick in the skull Niko was.
I had no idea that literally it's all brain. I mean all bone. There's like
It's just
literally
bone,
bone, dense bone.
Yeah.
You have to hit Niko with a piano to knock him out. So look, we'll take a break. We'll eat something. Why don't you go down and file that thing with Nordia and ask Vito.
There should be some new evidence when we get back.
Sam's got tickets tomorrow. He's going to be at the Highline Ballroom.
Yeah, and you better be there because there is a chance that you will never get to see the video of this show if we don't have cameras. It's the Highline Ballroom. Bully Ray, a.k.a. Bubba Ray Dudley, is going to be there. HighlineBallroom.com for tickets. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. It's going to be an amazing show.
And the new Chip podcast is up. And we're going to be taping the Halloween one this week, I think.
Oh, yeah?
It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, listen, we will be back in a few minutes. And I have gigs coming up in Los Angeles and New York here at Town Hall. See you soon.
One is enough, though.
Biscuits are bready.
We have
buttery.
Shitloaf is working on his case, but I mean,
he's just sitting right here.
None of us believe his emotions.
It's not working.
Yeah, none of us believe his emotions.
His emotions are all like what he's supposed to do.
And I have zero faith that he'll be able to get to the bottom of anything because his instincts are all shit. His instincts are just the worst. Him and Niko.
Do you believe his laughter? I don't even believe when he laughs.
No. I believe that he and Niko could spend the next 30 minutes running towards each other head first in the hallway. Just boom, get up, go to the other end of the hallway, run towards each other again, just hitting each other in the head with their head over and over again.
Those
and it would,
Stegosaurus heads?
Yes, and it would get more done than either of them working on this case. That's what I think.
Can we please do a psychiatric evaluation of Shitloaf?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think that we should send Shitloaf to a cognitive therapist under the understanding that there is no doctor-patient confidentiality, right? He's got to be analyzed off the air because I'm not going to sit for that. But yeah, analyze him off the air and then have the doctor come in and be like, well, we've actually discovered he's a total moron. You know? Now go, I knew it. I knew it. Eureka.
That's right. Yeah, I don't believe even the laughter seems fake.
It does.
Everything seems fake with him.
It does.
That's why I just want to kind of just have him be who he is.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But it just seems like a big put on all of it.
Yeah, and then Niko's trying to do his act.
I've never seen anybody less helpful than Niko to their own cause.
I mean, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
he made himself a suspect.
Yeah, of course he did. Like, Niko's in this position where even though he's the last person to have seen the camera, he can easily cast blame over to Shitloaf. Because we're all kind of looking like, what the fuck happened here? And Shitloaf's the one in the barrel for it. And Niko's just got to jump right in with him. For no reason.
It's crazy.
It really is weird.
That was handled terribly.
Really bad. Really bad.
I can't wait till Ricky gets here so I can read the intro that's been provided.
Yeah.
They provided a Ricky Gervais intro,
now,
which we're going to read when he comes in.
Should we have some kind of horns? It's better in here than in there, right?
Yeah.
All right, so good. Hang out. You like hot dog in here, Troy?
Yeah, I love hot dog.
By the way, what
good for
about
morale?
We should update. People want to know about the camera situation.
Oh yeah. Well, I walk in this morning, and I find out that yesterday I took one of the cameras home.
Oh, you're the problem.
No, they're my cameras.
Oh, sorry.
But and I bought a new one. but the remaining cameras I left here. And Rob locked up the cameras before he left yesterday, just to make sure, right? Nobody told Anthony that the cameras were locked up, which is a really kind of a shit heap thing to do with the stressful day that Anthony had yesterday. Would you consider yesterday to be a stressful day, Anthony?
Yeah, one of the most stressful days I've had here.
There we go. There's a direct answer.
And I dressed up as Harley Quinn too.
Right. Yesterday was much worse.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
So he calls Rob, or he texts Rob while Rob's walking in, like, dude, have you seen the cameras? Because Anthony obviously opens the bin.
Sure.
There's no cameras in the bin.
No response.
And he's like, oh my God, the cameras are gone. Rob didn't respond, and I talked to him on the elevator. Rob said he didn't respond because it was raining out and he didn't want his hand to get wet.
This is fair.
Yeah.
I don't blame Rob. Is careful with his hands and electronics.
But what bothered me the most was when I called Rob and I was like, dude, where are the cameras? He's like, oh, dude, calm down. I got the cameras. Calm down.
Yes. He like your
I'm
panic.
like, shut the fuck up, Rob. I just got lambasted over the air for fucking 45 minutes.
I thought he was going to kill himself.
You thought Anthony
because he was running around looking for.
And then
20
I got
minutes.
this one going, oh my God. I gotta tell Travis. I gotta tell Travis.
Yeah,
You have to tell Travis.
Were you upset that they might be missing?
I was kind of hoping.
Would you have laughed at him if they were missing?
Yeah.
Anthony, did you feel that Travis had to be notified right away?
No.
No. I'm pretty sure Hot Dog didn't need to tell me because the cameras were missing. He needed to tell me because someone had to share in his glee.
How did Hot Dog break the news to you, Travis?
He did not.
He did not because I was like, no, don't tell Travis. We'll figure this out.
Tell him yet.
By the way, Hot Dog, you're your own guy. You do what you want.
Yeah, you don't let other people tell you when to snitch.
No.
You just snitch.
Yeah, if you think snitching is necessary,
Well, I was going to
Snitch.
give him and Niko like maybe 10 minutes, and then I was going to go and snitch.
If you're gonna be
yeah.
a rat, just fucking be a rat. You don't. The guy you're ratting on, you don't let him tell you when to rat.
was Niko panicking?
No.
You gotta throw Niko under the
don't
bus.
fucking
more.
Yeah, well,
Understand it,
Niko
man.
doesn't know any better.
Nico had the same line as yesterday. Is I put it in there. I mean, I didn't even touch it last night. It's not my problem.
It's just not my problem.
So do you think Sam stole it? I don't know. But he's the worst.
Niko, this is an easy one.
Yeah, where is he?
He's going to get Cinnabons.
Oh, okay, good. Good boy, I already had one though.
You could have another one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can have another one.
Thanks, guys.
So yeah, I mean, I when I left yesterday, I said, Anthony, because Anthony did the right thing. He was like, if you have to buy a camera, let me pay for it.
let me pay for it.
Tell me what it is. How much does it cost? I was like, Anthony, here's what I want you to do. Don't worry
It
about
rhymes with mill yourself. Get it? Get it?
I said, don't worry about any of this. I said, get on Don.
Ew.
No, not physically.
No, Don showed up immediately.
I said, just worry about getting some cameras for the studio. These are not anybody's in particular, but studio cameras.
Yeah,
right.
that belong to us.
Right.
The radio show.
The show.
Yeah.
Just we're gonna get some show cameras. Don't worry about the rest of it.
Word him up, Doc.
And this morning I told you.
Sure.
Yesterday was a bad day, but
We rise today. You said.
only sunny days after here. Let that be your rock bottom. And here's what I want you to do.
Didn't need the Troy retort after that either. Well, I don't think he's going to be all right. I don't think today's going to be a good day for him.
That's yeah. You didn't need that.
I didn't need that.
You didn't need that. But at this point, you got everybody on your ass, which isn't the greatest thing in the world. You can, though, take them all from behind and make them all look foolish.
Yeah, I'll take him from behind.
All right, that's the route you're going to take. That's the route you should take then. Got any update on the camera?
It's an ongoing investigation, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything.
It's not the Vegas shooting.
You think that's funny, Hot Dog?
Yeah, no.
I saw Law and Order. Not supposed to talk about an ongoing investigation.
Are the police involved?
No, I have no idea. I just know who's involved. Wait a minute, that sounded bad. Wait, hold on. The police are not involved. I know. That sounded
unraveling
bad.
again.
That sounded bad. That sounded bad. That sounded really
Troy.
bad. Yeah.
What do I do here?
Here we go.
I mean, what can you do
What
at
can
this
you
point?
do?
Don't act like this is not.
I know, but like the police aren't obviously involved. It's an internal thing.
Okay, then you can talk about it.
All right. Well, the investigation is ongoing, is what I was told.
Okay, buddy. Thank you for the update.
Why don't you just tell him what you told us this morning?
There's a lot of traffic coming in and out of our offices.
Whoa!
Spilling the beans.
Yeah.
This is an ongoing investigation, bro. I know you don't know who's involved, but you know who's involved. right?
Yeah, there was a lot of commotion over the weekend, so we're trying to get to the bottom of it. We're
Look.
going through footage.
I have little to no faith that will amount to anything. I think you should make your quest to see what you can get hooked up for this studio. That should be the quest that you're on. And I'll try to stop asking you any question whatsoever. And that should make things easier.
You probably won't.
Do you have the ability to rewind yet?
No, but
Do you know that I just said, are the cops involved? And
I
you
said no.
I don't know who's involved. No, you didn't.
I don't know who's
you
involved,
said,
but the cops are not involved.
No, you didn't.
I said the cops are not
You
involved.
said, I don't know who's involved. All I know is who's involved.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what you said.
Yeah, listen.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you first.
Did you offer to help Sam with the payment of his new camera?
I did.
He did. I declined his offer. Polite, and I appreciated
polite.
the offer, but I declined that offer. That's not what this is all about. But Anthony, I think I have high hopes for you.
I did not take the camera. That's all I know.
Nobody asked you if you took the camera.
Well,
it makes
I
you
mean-
more suspicious to just interrupt in the middle of
I
the
don't care. I
conversation. I'll tell you one thing. I didn't steal it. I didn't take it. Yeah. Nobody asked. Anthony, I have high hopes for you. Because you're good at a lot of stuff around here. I think this is going to be the wake-up call that you needed. And I think you're going to come out stronger.
Thank you. I will.
right.
I'll prove you right.
Good. That was a good update. Killer update, man. So right now we don't know who's involved. We just know who's involved.
I was so depressed I didn't bet yesterday.
Well, that's probably good. You should steal cameras more often.
I was very depressed.
Do you think it was real depression?
Why were you depressed?
Because I don't like having this situation hanging over my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it was very shitty yesterday. It was
It's a tough day.
It was a rough day.
Tough day for that to happen, but there's a way out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a light. What's the way out?
Just stop fucking up.
Or you could just get Don to get some cameras for the studio.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that too at Don.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
How'd that go?
He said we'll figure out a way to get everything situated.
Don's a good man, and you're a good man, Anthony. You're really doing it.
Thank you.
Yep. You're making a name for yourself here. This is a big, big day to be you.
It's not a good name, is it?
What, Anthony?
No, Shitloaf.
Shitloaf is better than...
It's appropriate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Shitloaf will stick.
Great.
That's the weirdest thing. I just said, it's a good day to be Anthony. And he goes, that's not a good name, is it? And I go, what, Anthony? And he goes,
No, it's not a good. No.
And he goes, Shitloaf. I go, nobody didn't even say anything about Shitloaf.
That's how I thought you were going to go with Shitloaf. But
Did I?
You did not. I'm all flustered still.
It's crazy
Yeah.
the things that just come flying out.
Well, I'm flustered this time.
You are flustered. You are flustered. It was a tough day yesterday.
it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. But I believe in Anthony. I'll go to bat for you, Anthony.
Thank you.
That's right. Should I go to bat for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
100%.
I want you to make all these guys look foolish because none of them believe in you.
That's
I
fine.
want, and who cares, right? Who believes in them, right?
I don't believe in you.
Hot dog.
There's a surprise.
Yeah. It's all right. So mom didn't believe in him, right? She didn't tell him who his dad was. It's not a big deal. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, so I believe in you. And I think you can come out of this even stronger.
Thank you.
All right? Do you
I
think
will.
you can come out stronger?
Yes.
Starting today.
Starting today.
That's
this
right.
moment.
This is your moment.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna come. You're gonna be stronger. You're gonna start coming to the table with stuff. You're gonna step your game up,
Yeah, absolutely.
and people are gonna be looking around, going like, "Oh, if you don't want the name Shitloaf anymore, you gotta crawl your way out of that shit heap, you know." And you will. You can. You have the ability to. I know you do.
Thank you.
Pound it out, man.
Ew.
Why you say ill?
Because that was weird.
Hot dog. You pound it out too.
Pound it.
Was that weird?
No,
Was it super dope?
it's cool.
See?
Yeah,
See?
I like it.
It's cool. Pound hot dog. There it is.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You think Anthony's gonna rise like a phoenix?
No.
Oh man, I'm the only
actually,
one,
maybe.
huh?
He may. He may.
I could see it happening.
Yeah.
I want him to make Rob and Hot Dog and Troy look foolish.
I would like that too.
And everyone in this floor.
Wait, you're saying everybody on this floor feels that way?
Maybe.
Because everybody on the floor doesn't believe. That's fucked, dude. That is fucked. And by the way, when people talk shit about you, talk shit back.
Yeah,
Hit him back.
Hot dog doesn't get laid. So what
Oh, my
credence?
God.
What credence could I take?
Anthony.
He's right.
Excellent. Excellent point.
I take no stock in anything this fucking kid says.
I forgot about something that I will bring up in your defense. I found out something about hot dog
Oh no.
over the weekend.
Oh no.